Hi, class. Um, this is Cashe again. I took the Maslow needs test first, and my highest score was in self actualization at 41% and love needs at 37%. Those were my highest two, my lowest being safety needs, and I think it's just like that because I'm away from home. But let's start with self actualization. It says that I appear to be at an average level of individual development, and Maslow speculates that individual development is the pinnacle of existence. This means that pursuing a career life that really fits who you are and want to be internally, and the self actualized person is free from superficial concerns and is internally honest. I like to believe that I am internally honest. I'm very comfortable with myself, and I think, if anything, I got to self actualization before some of these other needs were met. I'm surprised that my love needs are high, considering that it says that I'm content with the quality of my social connections. It's just that I have few friendships, but I like it that way. So I can see how I'm content with that, but they're not great. I could have more, but I don't. Then my safety needs, it says I appear to have a very safe environment and low stress. Oh, it says that higher stress contributes to higher cortisol levels, which impair memory and thinking functions. However, low stress can lead to obesity and cardiac degeneration. The lazier and weaker you become, the more stressful the most minimal task and stimuli become. So, I guess consistency is where I lack in the safety needs area. I live in a safe environment. I think that I'm secure in everything that's going on in my life and my environment. It's just consistency. I guess I'm kind of lazy. Um, my physiological needs are definitely met. My esteem needs, it says I appear to have a high level of skill competence. I think that my esteem within myself is great, but my self-esteem thinking of other people, the way other people perceive me is lower. Like, you know, you can love yourself, but you can't make other people love you. And I think that I just accept that, but I know who I am, and it doesn't cause any other conflicts in my life. Like, I don't settle for less or anything like that. So I agree with those results to some extent and some places. Um, After taking Cattels' 16 traits test, my highest was dominance, emotional stability, and reasoning. That would make sense with myself being assertive and me being in control of my emotions. And reasoning is how good at abstract thinking you are. I looked at that as like logical more so than reasoning, the way I understood it, but I might be wrong. Um, my lowest were vigilance. My absolute lowest was tension, which is how driven you are crossed with impatience. I think that has to do with anger. I'm slow to anger, and what other people do doesn't really affect how I feel. Like, if someone's doing something very slowly, then they're doing something very slowly, and I'm not annoyed that easily. Another lowest was apprehension, is how troubled you are. I don't think I'm very troubled at all, but I scored also very high in openness to change, which is a good thing. I scored higher in sensitivity than I thought, but I think it's because I answered that question, do you cry at movies, as a very accurate, because I love watching sad movies. But my sympathy towards others or able to relate to another person's emotions is really terrible, actually. I'm working on it. My warmth was somewhere in the middle. How nice to people you are is a 2.2. So those were my results. I agree with them on some parts, and everything else is somewhat correct. Thank you.